Would you like to learn techniques to overcome the resistance and negativity that doesn't let you be real happy? Stay with me as today we talk about Resisting Happiness, a book that explores the reasons how and why we sabotage our own happiness. Let's go. Welcome to your podcast, Online Marketing with Juan Llerena. To succeed in any entrepreneurial project, you need to get prepared and you must learn to learn, unlearn and relearn. In this podcast, we'll help you in 3 ways. First, giving you an opportunity to join a community of entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs just like you, to support you and learn from each other. Second, by bringing you for free tools, tips and tricks to help you advance your projects faster and to teach you how to let the world know about your products and services. Third, by providing you with inspiration, motivation, and ideas to continue your entrepreneurial journey. We cover subjects of marketing, sales, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Join our tribe of entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs and take charge of your destiny. What are we waiting for? Let's get started. Good morning, entrepreneurs at heart. Welcome to your online marketing podcast with Juan Llerena. Welcome to our 7th episode of this 3rd season, and today we're talking about happiness, and more particularly about this book from Kelly Matthew from 2016 called Resisting Happiness. What is Resisting Happiness and why did I choose this book for this episode? And the reason why I chose this book is because Resisting Happiness, it's a story from Kelly Matthew where he goes to explore on all of these reasons why we are our worst enemy and the major enemy against our own happiness. And through this profound reflection, he creates this some sort of a personal guide that wants us to lead to a happier, more meaningful life. And if you look at these picks, my picks for this book, for this episode, throughout these book reviews, is that each book is really looking for an opportunity for each one of us, for you that it's on the other side, to reflect on your own values and your own reasons why are you doing what you're doing, and sometimes we become too fixed into wanting to do so many things, and sometimes we believe that working hard is what is going to make us happy, or sometimes we think that money is what is going to make us happy, that we forgot that the most important part of the journey, or the most important part of the journey is not really the destination, but it's the journey itself, and we need to learn this right. We need to enjoy this right as we get along, as we go along, because there will be ups and downs, and there will be times when we'll be happier than at other different moments. So we can keep postponing our happiness, and that's really the reason. And quite honestly too, we are sometimes our worst enemies. Many times we're comparing ourselves and our lives with other people's success stories. And we have to have our own story. Our story is going to be so much different and so much more unique than any other story that we hear out there. So we can really be living and basing our happiness when we are comparing ourselves to somebody else's. Okay, so in this episode, my goal is to get you a reflection on why you need to read more, why you need to maybe listen to more podcasts, not only this one, and I hope you enjoy this podcast, but also other podcasts as well that are filling your soul, that are filling your heart, that are filling your mind with good thoughts that are going to help you for better. Also, I want you to create a reflection, and this is something that this book talks about, and we'll see a little more as we continue talking about this book, the power of prayer. Okay, and if you're someone that doesn't believe in a particular God, I want to respect that, but you must probably believe in some sort of a powerful source, powerful force in the universe. So whatever that is, and even the power of self-reflection and the power of meditation. And then why we need to embrace our own solitude and being content and being happy with who we are and being okay by sometimes just being alone, and knowing that it's okay if we choose to do that, to be that way. Not always. Evidently, we are social animals, social creatures, but at the same time, we need to become comfortable in our own skin and being who we are. And I believe really that this is a path, and that is gonna get us a little closer to that state of mind of happiness. I believe that happiness is a state of mind, that it's a collection of moments throughout your morning, throughout your afternoon, while you're at work, when you're with your family, when you're alone, when you're working out, when you're studying, when you are becoming a parent, or when you are, I don't know, going in a relationship. Every moment that you enjoy, every moment that you live, it can be an opportunity for you to be happy. And that's this collection of happiness is going to be this roadmap that you only get to see when you're looking in retrospective, kind of like looking at a mirror in your vehicle and just kind of looking, what you already, the road that you already travel. So one of the first reflections from this book, Resisting Happiness, from, like I said, Kelly Matthew, is that there's this feeling of discouragement that we all have when we put off things that we know we need to do, because what we're doing is not the best way to do it. Or sometimes we just procrastinate. This is another way to say it, because we just don't either feel that we are going to accomplish that result that we think is just too large for us, that goal that is too big that we can do, or that it's just going to take so much work, and we're just so afraid of becoming frustrated, or knowing that we can't do it, or knowing that we couldn't do something, that what we do is create that resistance where our mind sometimes it just finds an excuse, whether it can be a very rational excuse not to do something that we know we need to do. Okay, so for example, and this is something that Matthew Kelly in this book mentions, is like how many people, he's a well-known author and speaker, and how many people comes to him and ask him if what are the secrets to write a book, how they can write a book. And he calls it, and in his experience is sometimes it's just laziness or a lack of confidence, or it's just that plain sabotage that people do self-inflict to themselves, that gets on the way, and it doesn't let them do the things that they think they want to do, that they know they want to do, but it's just that one feeling of fear of not being able to accomplish what they think they need to do, or knowing what they have to do, and they just don't want to work hard enough for it, that it sabotages them themselves. Kelly talks about how most of the people that talk to him and ask him about it, how to write a book, and how they do his writing process, and he usually doesn't hear from other people like about 95% of the time, because these people clearly lose their interest when they're battling against resistance, their own resistance to do it. Maybe they have to find the time during the week, maybe on the weekend, maybe they need to get up earlier or stay up a little later at night or sacrifice something they enjoy doing also to accomplish something. So then procrastination kind of sets in, and all of a sudden it kind of wears you out, and then at some point you get discouraged, and then you don't want to continue. And this feeling of dissatisfaction and frustration and procrastination, many times it doesn't help you with the cause of wanting, feeling happier. So what can you do about this? That will be kind of the first tip, the first light of this book, in my opinion, is recognizing the obstacles. In one way is to either start fighting that resistance that you are experimenting. Sometimes for you it can be fear, sometimes for you it can be sleep, sometimes for you it can be you don't feel like we're going to work out. Maybe your goal is to live, to have a healthier body, a leaner body, and you need to maybe eat a little less, or maybe you need to work out a little more to be more active, to release some endorphins and get more relaxed. But when the time comes that you need to go to the gym, you just don't go. You come up with a reason for why you shouldn't do it. So the first thing is recognizing those obstacles, and once you identify them, then it's just much easier to work out and how you can get over it. Okay. Another option, according to Kelly, and I definitely totally agree with this, is the power of prayer. I'm a believer. I am on the power of prayer as well. and that's what he does in this, as he tells it in his book, is that he prays. When he's praying, he says he asks himself 4 questions. The first question is, who am I? He's making a self-reflection of who he is. What is his life's purpose? What is his life's purpose? So you can ask yourself, who are you? You can ask yourself this morning or tomorrow morning or later after you listen to this podcast is, who am I? And then ask yourself, what is your life's purpose? What is your call? Maybe you know that there is a call for you. Maybe you're ignoring that call. Maybe you're ignoring that one thing that is going to make your heart happier. Maybe you're ignoring that one thing that is your true passion, that right now you're putting it off because it's it just takes work. You don't want to start again. You don't want to pursue that path. Another question that he asks is, what's the most important? What's most important? So that kind of helps him and gives him some sort of a check on his priorities, and it kind of makes him realign his purpose and his mission in life and purpose with what he's doing actually to accomplish those life purpose, and to be able to accomplish those that are most important first, definitely because they do have more importance for him. And then also the last question is, what's the least important thing? Because sometimes we don't really align things well, and we're working very hard on things that are least important, and we don't really pay attention to things that we know they're important. And again, the reason why we do that is not because we don't realize they're important, it's just because we are creating that one resistance. We're sabotaging ourselves. Okay, so if you believe in the power of prayer, or even meditation, if you don't want to pray, that's okay, but you can meditate and just self-reflect yourself, like, who are you? What's your purpose in life? What's the most important thing? And what's least important for you? Okay, and try to answer those questions from your heart. Your heart never lies to you. Your heart knows when you're lying to it, and that is just the whole intention is to give you that sense of purpose and a reaffirmation of what your passion really is. And that's just one of the basis for the biggest transformation in your life to make the best decisions that are going to really, again, get you more happy and more fulfilled. In another chapter, Matthew talks about the inevitability of death, and really all of us understanding and realizing that life by itself is a struggle. Life by itself is not going to be something just really easy and simple, right? That wouldn't be too much fun, I guess so. But the point here is that everyone can help you realize and accomplish your full potential. And happiness, it can be kind of hard to figure out what it really is for you or for somebody else. Many people probably get to think that they're truly be content when they can afford a nice car, a nice house, when they can get a certain amount on a paycheck. But for many that have gotten all of that and have gone through that experience already, they say, and the reality is not like that. Okay, because we're told that the conventional thinking is that the material stuff, the goods, are the ones that are gonna give us happiness and lasting happiness. But we know in reality that long-lasting happiness really doesn't come from material things. They can probably help you, provide you with opportunities to get better and to create those opportunities for your happiness. But the true happiness comes from your actions, from doing the things that you have a passion for, and when you feel that you are accomplishing your purpose in life, whatever that is. So the big question here is, how do you find out what really makes you happy, or what will really make you happy? Okay, so what is most important here, according to Matthew, is that you need to confront your own true values, and also realize that death is something normal. Is something that is going to happen. So when you look at that and you look in this retrospective, that, like many people say, like you only live once, right?
So you have to try, because you only get this life, at least here now, and you're not gonna get another chance. So why don't you just try to follow your dreams, to follow your heart, follow your passion, and be more content. He tells about a story, and this is a story I've heard before, where when he says that Kelly, he was a consulting for a hospital, and he was working at this hospice and talking to some of the hospice nurses. And when he asked these nurses what people talk about when they're dying, the nurses' answer was a revelation. And why? Well, because most people, according to these nurses, they said that a lot of them regret on the things that they didn't do. They were happy and proud of the things that they were brave enough to be themselves, when they were able to communicate their feelings better, when they have, if they would have the courage to take more risk, then they would have been happier. So, that their happiness didn't really come from the things that they got. Their happiness came from their decision-making process, from their choices they make every day. And every day is an opportunity for you and for me and for anybody really to decide how you're going to live your life, how you're going to live that one day, and day by day you're going to build that one life that you are dreaming about. And that is definitely possible if you are willing to open your ears and pay attention and ask yourself those important questions. Who are you? What is your purpose in life? What is important and what is not so important, right? And realizing that life is just, and that life and death is just something normal. Like death at some point, it will happen. So you kind of need to go head on with that. But in the meantime, you want to live your fullest life possible. You want to make it count. You want to make it productive. You want to make it a life that is, like I said before, fulfilling a purpose greater than yourself. A life that is either teaching to others, that is giving back, that is giving to others an opportunity to be better. And that's how you do it. Another example from Kelly is when he came to realize that, a lot of people are going through a lot of big problems, like himself. And like he says in his book, when he was diagnosed with cancer, his whole perception of the world changed completely. It was like a turning point for him, because that was a day when he remembers, and he tells in this book that he got this very, very bad news for him. But everybody that was around him that they didn't know him or didn't know the bad news that he had received, they were just going on with their life. They were just kind of doing their thing, just like everybody else, because nobody knew that what he was going through. So that gave him an opportunity to realize that sometimes people can look fine in the outside, that people can look fine in the outside, but sometimes that's how they can look, even if they're struggling deep down, in the inside. So where this leads us to is about compassion. And then compassion is a state of awareness of the fact that everybody is fighting their own battles. So you don't really know. You have to try to kind of be on somebody else's shoes to kind of be in their position and kind of feel what they feel and go through what they go. Sometimes it's just easier to just judge people. And it's very difficult to be compassionate when we can't put ourselves in that position, maybe because we haven't had to, like we didn't have to deal with some kind of illness or mental health issue or some sort of like a family problem or business problem. So compassion, remember, is that awareness, that state of awareness, and just realizing that everybody's kind of fighting their own battles, and do the best to understand that others, what others are going through and how you can help them out, or at least try to just be compassionate about that. And that will probably give you an opportunity to have a better understanding of others and also have a better understanding of yourself. And again, that's just only going to make you feel better because you're going to get to know yourself better. Kelly wanted to share, how you can kind of crack this, being your own enemy, I guess, in terms of letting you be your own, letting you build your own happiness, is embracing your own self, embracing your solitude, and also trying to be more of an active learner and listener kind of thing, to try to help you gain perspective and insights on how to become happier. The only true answer to loneliness is spending more time alone, and you have to be, again, comfortable in your own skin, and definitely has to be done by choice, where you can spend some time, just try that, just not by yourself and your cell phone and Wi-Fi or internet, but just yourself without any internet, any cell phone or anything, just to kind of get to know you, and having time to think about the things that you like doing, and having time to think on, your own passions and kind of your own walk path in life, where you've been, where you're at, and which direction you're heading in life. Definitely solitude is better when you choose it, rather than when you are in a situation like that, not by choice. So it's good to be comfortable with yourself, and that's a great way to learn about yourself, but also realizing that listening to others and really paying attention and interest, it can help you create connections that are going to do magic for you. And this this power of connecting with other people, is going to help you get onto that road of happiness, because once you start working on it, you become a better listener, and by becoming a better listener, then you're actively participating on these conversations that are going to take you to the next level as a human being, as a social creature, and you will discover opportunities that you didn't see they existed there before. Well, in this area here, Kelly lists 5 techniques that he calls them 5 key techniques to help improve your listening skills and to boost your relationships. So the first rule, write this down. The first rule is really simple, and that's just making eye contact. Okay, now not in a weird way, but you just have to kind of figure out when is a good point and a good moment in the conversation to make good eye contact, but just kind of be out there, because your eyes can really talk about a lot about yourself, and they're kind of the window to your soul, and it's the window of other people's souls also, where you can kind of get more connected in a special way. And also that will show more interest about the person that you're talking to. The second key technique that he suggests in this book about how to become a better listener and to improve your listening skills is to pay attention to your body language. So like if you pay close attention, you're not only talking with words, and you're not only saying what you're saying with your words, but you're also using your body and the way your body moves, and how you display yourself, how you portray yourself, and how even the tone of your voice and other different reactions that you have with your body is talking all the time about how you feel and who you are, and if you're interested about somebody else or not, or if you're paying attention to somebody else or not. The third key important technique is avoiding interrupting others. So sometimes we get filled with our own thoughts, and right in the middle of the sentence we are just about to cut somebody else, and you know how disrespectful and really annoying it is to try to talk over somebody else's talk, because at the end nobody can listen to each other, and that's just not a good communication process. So we just cannot resist that temptation, and just kind of try to listen and try not to interrupt others. So that way you're showing respect, you're showing interest, and then even if you agree or you disagree with that person's point of view, just kind of wait for your turn and just show that you can be a patient person, and that you can organize your thoughts, that you can express them in a positive way even if you disagree. The fourth technique is always being fully present. What does that mean? Well, like sometimes it's just like putting your phone down, right? And maybe I'm just telling that to myself. Maybe put the phone down, use your eye contact, use your body language to show people that you really care. I can do that more at home. I can do that more probably at work. I can do that more, definitely when I'm trying to connect with people, to get some other projects done that are of my interest. And the last one, the final technique, is to ask questions. Because when you ask questions, you're looking like somebody that is really interested. Evidently has to be honest interest, but you're also demonstrating that you really care about what somebody else said, that you pay attention and that you want to know more. Okay. Another of the advices that John does to everyone that wants to be happier and to stop resisting happiness is to surround yourself with great friends. And that is a very, very big deal, and it's a true statement because people are looking always to make good connections with other humans. They're just trying to make connections with people and build relationships. So again, if you want to do the same thing, you need to surround yourself with friends. You need to put yourself out there. Sometimes that can be a little bit uncomfortable if you are a little bit on the shy side. Sometimes it's not just that easy, but you need to get out there. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get. But then you're going to be able to make those opportunities come your way. Opportunities aren't going to come and knock on your door. You need to realize you need to get out there and build those friends, build those relationships. So you need to step out of your comfort zone and find many ways on how you do that. So how can you do that? Well, you can start right now by even just signing up for our newsletter. Just drop me a line on the mail. Just fill out my contact form at jllbmedia.com. Follow me on social media at Juan Llerena's Facebook page, or just follow me on Instagram at jllbmedia.com or on Twitter at JLLBmedia.com. Okay, let's just expand our relationships. Let's get connected. Let's get out of our comfort zone and try to look for that diversity, for that different angle at things, and that's probably going to create really, really huge opportunities for us. Once again, if you want to stop resisting happiness, you have to be you have to make your life more meaningful. You have to stop listening to people that are negative, the people that are telling you that you can do something, the people that are just not really adding to your life. You need to start moving to a different place, the places you go, the people you hang out to, just by showing more gratitude, and also stop measuring your success based in other people's successes. Many people are just looking at what somebody's showing on social media. They're traveling, they seem happy, life is perfect, right? But the reality is that it's not. Life is life, and sometimes there are ups and there are downs. Sometimes you get success and you get failures, and and then you get back up again. And that's life itself. You have to have emotion. You have to feel the emotion. You can't just control everything. And yes, I understand about emotional intelligence, and yes, I agree that in certain occasions we have to apply emotional intelligence to be able to control the situation, to say the right thing. But sometimes we have to let go of ourselves with some of our emotions, to feel that we're alive, to feel that we enjoy life, that we enjoy those small moments that might seem like very, very tiny moments, but all of a sudden we start accumulating those little instances and moments, and all of a sudden we enjoy a beautiful day that is a positive day where we got a lot accomplished, where we feel we're doing the fair share that we contribute with the world to be a better place for tomorrow. And that's just gonna help you overcome this resistance of happiness, and just saying, yes, I want to be happier. Yes, I want to give me that chance to change my life, to be myself, to be different, to be who I am, and I accept me how I am, and I'm a great person, and I can be a success story as well, and I'm already somebody special, and somebody that deserves happiness, because you deserve the happiness, but you need to work for it. Don't forget that. So to recap, as a final summary for this book is to pay attention to procrastinations and why are the reasons that we procrastinate. So the moment we recognize what the things are that we're doing that are sabotaging our own happiness, we need to identify them and we need to start working to change those things. Again, you need to start breaking down those obstacles on your way to get you closer to becoming your happiness, to live that happiness state of mind, to be the best version of you. So that's my challenge for you this week is, how can you be a better version of yourself? And again, just try it for 2 weeks. How about that? If we start that challenge for 2 weeks, I want to hear you. I want to know how this is transforming your life. I want to know, like in 2 weeks, every time when you get up in the morning or before you go to bed, you ask yourself these 4 questions. The first question is, who am I? The second question, what is my purpose in life? The third question, what's important and what is not important? So you ask yourself those 4 questions every day, see what you come up, see if those answers change. Maybe they will help you, by the end of week number 1, you will have things a lot more clear. If you're confused, if you need any kind of conversation, just reach out to me and I will be happy to help you out, to listen to you as well, okay? But why don't we do that? And in 2 weeks, I would like to hear from you how you're doing. If you have more clear ways of how you can be a happier person and have a happier life and stop resisting your own happiness and then just enjoying it at its fullest, full happy life. Okay, my friends, that's this book review, Resisting Happiness, from Matthew Kelly from 2016. I hope you enjoy it. My wish for today is that you have a successful week. I hope that the next weeks for you can maybe create that opportunity for you for transformation, a turning point in your life, or maybe just a reaffirmation that you're doing the things that you do in a way that you feel satisfied, that you feel happy, that you feel worth it, that you feel powerful, that you feel empowered to find your happiness. And that's the goal of this episode. And if that's the case, I want to hear from you. Please reach out to me, and I invite you to join the email list, our VIP newsletter, to never miss a podcast episode and to also continue growing our base of Thrive entrepreneurs and just kind of grow our tribe of people that want to create a different opportunities for communities of color, for everybody, really an inclusive group of people that can work together to learn from each other, to learn new experiences, to work together to become more innovative, to contribute to solutions in a different way with more tools by getting ourselves out there. And I hope you have a great week again, and we'll see you next Friday. Stay in touch, follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you there. Goodbye.